call for abstracts. This is probably one of the main motivations for actually hosting this webinar today. Because historically, calls for abstracts have been sometimes viewed as sort of a call for very much on the scientific material perspective. This Imrp, really the call for abstracts process is more about call for presentations. We're looking for you as our industry stakeholders to use the call for abstracts process as, if you like, a voice of the customer. We want you to influence what you would like to see on the agenda for the program committee as we construct the program for IMRP 2024. Again, the screen I'm sharing here is actually in our website. It talks about the typical areas, whether it be, industry development, scientific, regulatory, education, sustainability. Our goal as a program committee is to use this call for abstract process to look at the content and help shape it into thematic areas, shape it into what we believe would be the program of interest for yourselves as attendees. We do recognize this call for abstracts is actually quite early, with the conference being in November of this year. So with that in mind, my advice is the abstracts don't need to be perfect. I think they can even be simply a paragraph to summarize, the thought process, the idea, the concept that you may have, so that the program committee can actually get an understanding of the topic and see how it might fit into the program. If you submitted an abstract and it is selected, program committee will work and support those successful applicants as you move towards building a presentation for IMRP or a poster. However, it's imperative that if you are selected, that you're present and able to present on the topic at IMRP 2024. In the call for abstracts process, I mentioned it's very typically and historically of scientific content, but we're looking for abstracts around the business, around the technical, around the equipment. Again, we've all these opportunities for presentation, whether it be plenary or tech theatre or poster. We'd like the call for abstracts to drive the content for all those areas. As I said, if it is on the scientific aspect, it may not need to be final results. The poster at IMRP might be an interim update, keeping your industry stakeholders aware of the progress of your work that eventually might benefit the industry. Share what you think will be of interest to the program, what will be interest to IMRP and interest to the wider stakeholder group that attends IMRP. Again, as I said, the purpose of this call for abstracts is to drive the content that we all want to hear about at IMRP 2024. Publication, we're looking at numerous publication opportunities. The last number of IMRAPs we've had a written publication. Again, we would look to do something similar regarding the plenary presentations. However, something new with the technical theatres, we are expecting to record the presentations and use them as electronic proceedings that may be available, whether it be on the IMRP or IAA website in the future. Poster presentations, and aligned to that, we're also investigating the opportunity of scientific peer review publications. So taking that cohort of scientific posters and seeing actually can we do special proceedings of the event. The benefits of submitting an abstract is you're supporting the program, you're sharing your expertise, you're availing of an opportunity to potentially publish, expanding your industry profile and expanding your network and connections. And most importantly, you're leaving a permanent legacy as an esteemed presenter at Imrp. So many benefits to making that contribution. And how the program committee will operate over the coming months, we're currently in this phase of promoting the call for abstracts. When we get into the springtime, it's going to be very much around the review of the abstracts, seeing how it shapes the program, and then filtering to how we fit into the various presentation arenas, whether that's plenary, tech theatre, or poster, and refining the program. Phase 3 is for the successful abstracts program committee to go back and actually support those applicants as they develop the content and actually refine it for presentation in Costa Rica. And finally, that finesse the perfect. the quality of the abstracts will help us define, and shape the program and make it as good as we can make it.